In a world where international relations often feel like a delicate balancing act, a concerning new trend has emerged on Canada's political stage, raising alarm bells across the country and beyond. It's a story that underscores the growing need to protect democratic processes in an increasingly interconnected global community. This episode of Equal Ground Headlines dives deep into allegations of China's interference in Canadian democratic systems, a situation that not only questions the integrity of Canada's electoral systems, but also pushes the nation to reevaluate its cybersecurity measures and intelligence infrastructure. Since the turn of the millennium, there have been whispers of foreign influence creeping into democratic elections around the world. But in recent years, a spotlight has been cast on Canada, with reports suggesting that China may have attempted to meddle in the nation's political affairs. This issue comes at a time when nations are increasingly on high alert for safeguarding democratic processes from cyber threats and espionage. First, let's explore what exactly transpired, starting with the claims of election meddling. Recent intelligence reports, both open source and classified, have pointed towards a covert operation by China to influence the outcome of Canada's federal elections. This influence allegedly took shape through various methods, such as the funding of proxy candidates sympathetic to Beijing's interests and targeted disinformation campaigns that sought to tilt public opinion. The Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS, has reportedly been monitoring these activities closely, noting a pattern that suggests a sophisticated attempt by a foreign power to sway political outcomes. The implications of such interference are profound, as they challenge the very foundations of electoral integrity and public trust in democratic institutions. The allegations also speak to a broader strategy that China might be employing on a global scale, where interference isn't necessarily about direct control, but rather about shaping political landscapes to be more favorable to Chinese interests. For Canada, a country that prides itself on being a bastion of democracy and transparency, these claims have sparked a national debate on how to fortify its electoral processes against such external threats. Secondly, another layer to this unfolding story has been the increase in cyber intrusions within Canadian borders, reportedly originating from Chinese state-sponsored actors. These cyber attacks have targeted governmental databases, private sector companies, and even critical infrastructure facilities. The aim appears to be not just espionage, but also potentially laying the groundwork for more insidious activities, such as influencing economic decisions or undermining national security protocol. Cybersecurity experts have pointed out how these breaches can lead to a cascade of events where sensitive information is not only stolen, but also used to manipulate markets or exert political pressure. The Canadian government has responded by ramping up its cybersecurity defenses, investing heavily in new technologies and collaborative efforts with international partners to shield its systems from future attacks. However, this is a double-edged sword. As much as technology can advance protections, it can also create new vulnerabilities. Policymakers are in a race against time to ensure the safety of digital infrastructure without stifling the technological innovation that is crucial for the country's growth. Lastly, we delve into the realm of espionage, where the lines between diplomatic relations and covert operations often blur. It's not just the cybersecurity realm that has seen heightened Chinese activity. The Canadian intelligence community has warned of increased espionage efforts targeting academia and industry. Institutions such as universities and research centers have reportedly been subject to attempts at intellectual property theft, focused on cutting-edge technologies and scientific research. This espionage component adds another layer of complexity to the issue. It's not merely an attempt to gain economic advantage, but also to undermine Canada's competitive edge in the global marketplace. These actions can deter investment and create an environment of mistrust and paranoia, potentially stifling innovation and collaboration that are essential in today's globalized world. Yet, Canada is not without its defenses. It has been working closely with allies in the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance, sharing insights and developing countermeasures to detect and neutralize such threats. However, these efforts require constant vigilance, adaptability, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about the vulnerabilities within democratic societies. As the narrative unfolds, one can't help but reflect on the broader implications of these allegations. What does foreign interference mean for the future of democracy in Canada and elsewhere? Are there steps that can be taken to balance openness with security, ensuring that democracy doesn't become an open door for those who wish to manipulate it? In conclusion, the challenge of protecting democracy in an era of sophisticated interference is a global issue, and Canada's story is a critical piece of this larger puzzle. It's a tale of vigilance, adaptation, and resilience in the face of new age threats that transcend borders and question long-held notions of sovereignty and self-determination. As we navigate these complexities, it becomes imperative for citizens and governments alike to remain informed and engaged in the democratic processes that define our societies. What are your thoughts on the balance between national security and democratic integrity? How can countries like Canada enhance their defenses without compromising the values they hold dear? We invite you to share your perspectives in the comments below.